you double-crossing female.
Oh, you are a fine one to talk of double-crossing, right?
What sort of setup did they have? Because there was a lot of location work. Did they have portable dressing rooms and things for you?
Hardly at all. And everything was really impromptu. There was nothing really set because you were moving so quickly. Time is money, and we moved quickly.
Welcome to A Word on Westerns. My name is Rob Word. We love Westerns here, and a lot of us love B-Westerns. But who do we talk to? Who made those B-Westerns? They made them a long time ago, but with Gene Autry and Roy Rogers and so many of our favorites, we have a lady here today who worked with them. We'd like to introduce her right now. She's a dear friend, Donna Martell.
How do you do? Hi, everybody. I was very privileged to work with all these fantastic actors. They're icons. I worked with them all. I really did. And it was fabulous. Just good people, ordinary, you and I. Simple, sweet people. So many happy memories. Oh my gosh.
Well,
who do you want to know about?
Well, I want to know about them all, but your first film, APACHE ROSE, you were like 17 or 18 years old?
17 years old,
Roy
yes.
Rogers.
Roy Rogers and Dale Evans. Oh my gosh, they were the most wonderful couple. Fantastic people. Roy was just darling, and I'm a card player. I love all kinds of cards, including poker. I love it, I love it. Anyway, he taught me to play gin rummy. Roy did. He loved cards too. And Dale, she was adorable. She loved shopping. I love shopping. So she took me shopping.
Now, what did you buy when you were shopping with Dale?
It was a shop for Western costumes, darling dresses. I mean, really super specially made dresses for you. And I did have a couple made for me. They were wonderful, beautiful dresses.
Well, when they were making those films at Republic in the late 40s, they almost turned into circus outfits, where they would, with the fringe and the glitter, and you hear about the rhinestone cowboy. Those were fabulous color outfits.
Oh, yes, the costumes were lovely, lovely. Yes, yep.
You had a small part in that film, but in the next film, you were with Gene Autry in an early movie. Delmara was in
Delmara,
What was
yes.
she like?
We didn't work together, so I didn't really get to know Adele.
She was married to Roy Huggins, who later created Maverick and
Producer,
the Rockford Files. A terrific guy. They had a nice, long marriage, but she was a big star at Republic.
Yes, oh yes, she was.
Well, and so, of course, was Gene, but he left to start his own company, his own production company at Columbia, and that's where you did another movie.
That's where I did another movie, Hills of Utah.
What do you remember about working with Gene? What kind of a boss was he?
He wasn't like a boss. I mean, what's a boss like? But he wasn't. He was just wonderful. He was one of the guys, and he got along with everybody. Everybody got along with him. Very congenial, and I liked him very much. Just a sweet man. I'll always remember him. He was warm and caring, and that's very important because so many things go on while you're filming. You have no idea, and you never know what's going to crop up. But when there are special people around that can help and do, it's marvelous.
The Hills of Utah.
Yes.
That was 1951. Television was just coming in. So that a lot of the B-Western stars were either stopping their series or going right into television. And Gene, instead of playing the regular Gene Autry and singing a lot of songs in that film, he played a doctor.
He did, he did. And I was the nurse.
Well, that's different for him.
Right. It was. It was very different for him.
But then he put you into several episodes of his TV series, too.
Yes, I did at least a half dozen. Mm-hmm. Yep, that was wonderful. Those were wonderful days.
This transition to television, Donna, there were not just the B-Westerns, but you were in a series of short subjects, musical short subjects with Tex Williams.
Yes.
Tell me about those.
Oh, that was at Universal. Oh, he was a dear. I truly loved Tex Williams. What a wonderful man.
You did, I think, 7 of those shorts. They were like TV episodes.
Yes.
And it was at a time when theaters were still running short subjects and cartoons and newsreels.
Yes.
So I think that they were using at Universal big budget clips from their other features to enhance the narrative of your short subjects. Do you remember any of that?
Don't remember too much about that, Rob. No, I don't.
Well, let me ask you about the Gene Autry TV series.
Okay.
Gene had his Flying A Productions.
Right.
And you not only did the Gene Autry show, but several episodes of The Range Rider.
The Range Rider as well, Jock Mahoney and my buddy Dickie Jones.
How did you first meet Dickie? Was it on the shoot?
Would you believe we were neighbors?
No.
Yeah.
All right, I believe you.
We didn't live next door, but we were just a few blocks away, you know? And Betty was one of my dear friends. And that's how I got to know Dickie.
So you knew him prior to doing The Range Rider?
Yes.
I'll bet that was fun then.
It
when you
was.
were cast.
It was great.
All right, lady, you're covered. Wait till the Range Rider hears about this.
He was amazing, amazing actor and an acrobatic.
A stuntman, I mean, personified. He was incredible. The man could do it all. Yeah, yep.
Well, he and Jocko did some wonderful
things
stuff
together. Yes.
Yes.
That was another great guy, that Jock Mahoney. Such a character, a great sense of humor.
Well, how do you know they weren't all together?
Because the third set of tracks coming in cuts across the top of the 2 tracks going out. Now, one of the 2 riders that came in dismounted, went around. He's probably the one that robbed the dead man.
But there's another set of prints here. But they must have been made by a midget.
Or a girl.
A girl? Now you're talking my language.
Just hang on to that rose. We may need it later for evidence.
Anyhow, Jocko was a great guy. He truly was. And like I said, a tremendous sense of humor.
Well, he had done the stunt work. He doubled Errol Flynn in a Don Juan movie. He had then really made Charlie Sterrett look like he was just one of the greatest athletes ever in the Durango Kid films.
There you go.
And those were at Columbia also, where Gene was. So he started to do a couple of the Gene Autry B-Westerns there, too. With Dickie and Jocko, you shot those things very fast, I think.
Oh, my gosh, record-breaking. You were in television, you worked. And you better know your lines because there was no going back.
I vowed I would, as you say, get even with them. And I have. To this date, I have smuggled 19 men, like you, Senor Nate Gaffney, across the border, under the very noses of their law. I am a very clever girl, eh, Senor?
You sure are.
What sort of setup did they have? Because there was a lot of location work. Did they have portable dressing rooms and things for you?
Hardly at all. And everything was really impromptu. There was nothing really set because you were moving so quickly. Time is money, and we moved quickly.
Well, I think that's probably why Jocko and Dickie were able to be so creative with their stunts, because they didn't have time to set them up, and they did it themselves.
They did so many. That's right. That's right. They did. They were a great team.
They were.
And they loved each other. They really did. They were just the greatest of friends as well.
They went to a lot of the hospitals and toured together.
They did.
Another series that you were in actually the 2nd episode of the long-running anthology show, Death Valley Days.
Oh, one of my favorite shows to this day. You know, I'm an avid TV bug. And in fact, when they bury me, they'll probably catch me watching TV because that's all I do is watch the boob tube. But I love it. Now, getting back to Death Valley Days, I loved making it. I loved working for the people, the producers. They were so wonderful, the McGowans.
Yes,
Yeah.
Stuart McGowan.
What a wonderful, I tell you, those people were just grand. They really were.
Well, the episode you did was the history of Borax. With James Griffith. You worked with him several times, too.
Many times, Jimmy. Yeah.
Well, did they shoot those on a rapid pace, too, like 2 or 3 days for a shoot?
I think we were there about a week. We were in Death Valley, In July, I don't think I weighed 100 pounds. I'm telling you, it was horrible, okay? You couldn't turn the faucet on that you weren't burning. You couldn't take a shower. I mean, it was horrible. It was really, really bad. But we got through it. We got through it. And we had a good time together.
And you were playing the wife of the man who discovered borax, too. So
yes.
There was no plumbing in the story. So I guess it was easy for you to pretend that you were hot.
It was called She Burns Green. I think I went from an 18-year-old to an 80-year-old or something like that. It was wonderful. I enjoyed it.
Well, it holds up. Those were fun shows to watch.
Yes, they were.
And they seemed to cast everybody in those shows, and of course later on,
everybody did those shows.
Ronald Reagan was the host and appeared in a couple. Robert Taylor also.
That's right, that's right.
There were so many of them that they syndicated it under different names. They had Will Rogers Jr. hosting reruns of it and some other title.
Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Just to keep that revenue coming in. You know, I would tell everybody your age, but
Please do, I don't mind. I had a birthday, Christmas Eve.
I called her on her birthday, and she's 92 years old.
92. Thank you.
And I would have never said that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I would have never said that. That's why I asked. But, you know, you're just such a sweetheart to come.
Oh, thank you.
And we love having you here at Gene Autry's.
And I love being anything with Autry. You say Autry, I'm there.
Well, I said Autry, and here she is. Yeah.
Here I is.
Thank you very much, Donna,
Thanks,
for being
Rob.
here.
Thank
Sweetheart.
Thank you all so much.
Home, home on the range, where the deer and the antelope play.
And who could be more at home on the range than the Range Rider? With his thrilling adventures of the great outdoors, his exciting experiences rivaling those of Davy Crockett, Daniel Boone, Buffalo Bill, and other pioneers of this wonderful country of ours. And Dick West, All-American Boy.
Well, it worked, Foreman. I told Radford that Tim Evans was running up more fence, and he's on his way over to the Nestor's place right now.
Great. Guthrie, you come with me, and we'll get Evans. Cash, you got your orders straight?
I got a good memory.
Well, just make sure there's no gunplay until we can use Evans and Radford's guns.
I'll get Radford and his guns. You just worry about getting Evans' gun.
All right, get up your mast.
There's Radford.
Hey, what's the matter?
I was just thinking.
Oh, boy, it's sure getting bad when you have to stop your horse to think. What's all the serious thought about?
Oil?
Oil? Well, who cares about oil?
A lot of people. When I was a kid, I used to think I wanted to be an oil scout.
Okay, I'll humor you. Tell me, what's an oil scout?
Well, an oil scout looks for oil. I learned enough about it to recognize good prospecting land when I see it, like this. Come on.
Whoa, where are we going?
Up there.
Way up there? And on foot?
Come on, you might learn something. Besides, walking good for you, if you don't do too much of it.
Oh, of all the silly ideas. Looking for oil that you don't want on foot with our horses way down there.
I tell you, there's oil up here. You can tell by the geological formation. The thing runs
Hey!
Oh.
Our horses! Jumping grasshoppers. Sounds like a war.
That hombre's headed right where the shooting's coming from. Let's go.
Make Evans' gun look like he fired it, Guthrie.
Hi, boss. Couple of riders following me.
Full freight. Everybody.
Well, this fella's dead.
So's this one.
Looks to me like these two men shot out a grudge.
Sure does.
Look at the ground, Dickie. It's just covered with prints. Say half a dozen riders. They're only a few minutes old.
See, maybe this wasn't just a feud shooting.
I don't know.
If there was oil in this country, they might be fighting over it.
That's what I call a first-rate job of jumping at conclusions. But it could be.
I could have sworn he was dead.
He's pretty close to it.
Somebody's in the shack.
We'll take a look. I'll stay here and take care of this hombre. Be careful.
Better come out. We've got the place surrounded. Better come out with your hands up, or we're coming in. And if we come in, we're coming in with guns blazing.
Wait a minute, Dick, and I'll help you.
I don't need any help. What do you think I am, a baby? Reach or I'll plug you. Well, I'll be gosh darn. Well, hi, little feller. What you got there? Boy, you sure had me fooled. Yes, sir. I thought there was at least half a dozen Alamutes in here.
What's the next play, Foreman?
You're Radford's foreman, ain't you? Or you were. So you follow Evans, and then you find out your boss and Evans killed each other. Then you hightail it back to Radford's to tell his daughter her pa's dead.
And then Foreman buys the Radford Ranch.
Not to mention that chicken yard-size homestead of Evans.
Okay.
Radford hated me because I was a squatter trying to farm. I hated him because he made life so tough for me. He worried my wife right into her grave, but I didn't kill him. I didn't see anything, let alone Radford. At the time I got hit across the eyes by somebody's lariat.
Well, that could have been done by a lariat, but...
But what?
Well, there's something about it I just don't savvy. I don't see how a lariat could hit that hard just being swung.
This one did. I'll be lucky if I get the use of my eyes back.
Jumping grasshoppers.
Over there, Dickie.
Do I have to?
How would you like it if nobody changed you when you were a baby? You were a baby at some time in your life, you know.
Yeah, but...
Go ahead. It'll be good practice for when you get married. After all, you owe the baby something, you know. You pulled a gun on him.
Very funny.
Take it easy, Evans. I'll see who it is.
I'm Bob Guthrie, foreman over at the Radford Ranch. That's Radford's horse, and where's Evans?
Inside. Shot up pretty bad. By the looks of it, by your boss.
Is Evans alive?
That's right. Why are you so surprised?
What's the difference? If you'll take my advice, stranger, you'll get out of here. There's going to be trouble.
Meaning what?
We don't like squatters on his range, and when one of them shoots up a rancher, we've got an old-fashioned cure. We string them up.
Well, I don't think you're going to start any lynching party, Guthrie.
You going to stop me?
Oh! Hey, partner! What's happening out there? Easy now. Whoop, steady. Oh, what a spot to be in. Ooh. Hey, Range Rider, need any help?
Not anymore. Tell the baby it's all over. He can relax. And you can go home. I'll notify the sheriff about Evans, nice and legal. Pick up your gun.
Oh, come in, Bob.
I made all the arrangements in town to take care of your paw, Miss Radford.
Thanks, Bob. I still can't believe Tim Evans would kill Dad.
No question he did. Well, on the way back, I met George Fallman. He was interested in buying the ranch.
And I'm interested in selling. Now.
I figured you might be, so he rode along with me. He's outside.
Well, I might as well talk to him right away.
Mr. Fallman.
Oh, you stubborn little cuss. Now, for the last time, will you drink this milk or won't you? Now look what you did. Well, you'll just have to learn how to drink out of a cup like everybody else. Oh, you're kind of cute, as babies go. Wish we could find some woman to take care of you like the Range Rider told us. Well, let's go have a look.
Well, we'll call it a deal then. I'll go into town, have the papers drawn up.
I'll be very happy to get rid of the place. And away from it.
Can't say I blame you.
Excuse me. Miss? Do you know anything about babies?
Oh, look at the way you're holding the poor thing.
I'll be back before long, Miss Ruth.
I never had anything to do with babies before. Leastways on horseback.
On horseback?
Well, you see, it was... I had no other way of getting him here.
They phoned. Well, that's the other one with that range rider. He don't think Evans did it.
I don't like them horning in.
We could do a little listening over at that window.
Come on.
You've got your nerve, Mr. West, bringing Tim Evans' baby here after Evans killed my father.
Well, the baby had nothing to do with it. And besides, the range rider doesn't think there was enough proof against Evans.
Why?
Because there were signs of other riders around the place.
I'd like to believe Evans didn't do it, but that doesn't sound very convincing.
Well, did you ever think that this shooting might have something to do with oil?
Oh, that's nonsense. And anyway, I'm selling the ranch to the gentleman who just left here, Mr. Fallman.
Well, can you wait till I tell the range rider about this?
No, my mind's made up.
I've heard enough. Get the boys. And keep that kid out of the way until I get back from town with a deed of sale.
I'll take care of the baby for a day or two, though.
There he is. Don't shoot to hit him. I can waste his lead.
Look over there at the sheriff's office.
Be glad to give you a written report on it, Sheriff.
All right. That's the range rider. Heard him talking to the sheriff. Evans is too bad off to move. He's alone in the shack.
Just might drop by on my way out to the Radford girl's place for a signature on these. Just one thing before we start drilling for wells. We'd better get results.
I haven't been an oil scout this long for nothing. It's there. But like I tell you, the oil dome's on Radford's and Evans' property, not yours.
It better be.
Who is it?
George Fallman, Evans. Sure sorry to hear what happened.
I didn't kill Radford.
Maybe not, but it's going to take a lot of money to prove it. Or maybe I can help you a little.
How?
Well, I want to add to my ranch. I know you've got a small spread, but it's a good one, and I can pay you good money.
I was going to build a real place here for the kid, my wife. But I'll sell it.
I think I got enough cash with me. Also a bill of sale for him. Think you can sign it?
I'll try. There's a pen on the bureau.
How do you feel, Evans?
About the same, Range Rider. What about the baby?
Don't you worry. Dickie's finding a woman to look after the baby. Well, I saw the sheriff. He said as long as you couldn't be moved, that he'd send a deputy to stay here.
Oh, and I saw the doctor. He was on his way.
I sold the place.
You sold it?
Yeah. To George Fallman, a big rancher. He stopped by and I need some money for lawyers, get my eyes fixed up.
It's kind of sudden, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What's this?
What's what?
There's a bullwhip on the floor.
Oh, Fallman must have forgotten it. He always carries one.
Why?
Just a habit. He learned the trick of using one from an Australian. Pretty proud of what he can do.
I used to fool with these things. Kind of strange for a man to be carrying one, though. Evans, that cut across your eyes. Remember I told you all along I didn't think it was made by a lariat? But it could have been made by a bullwhip.
You mean Fallman could have been behind this?
Well, why do you want to buy your place?
Said he wants more land.
Can you say anything about oil rights?
No. There's none on my place. I wrote the Far West Oil Company asking. They said no. There was another letter from the mail I picked up this morning. Probably still in my pants pocket.
Mr. Tim Evans, this is to confirm that our field agent, Mr. William Cass, reports that your property, as well as that of the adjoining Radford Ranch, gives no indication of being worth drilling. Yours sincerely, J.R. Grossman. There's no oil. Still Fallman buys your place. And you get hit across the eyes with a bullwhip.
Hey, Range Rider! Range Rider! Boy, have I been having a time. I got dry gulch, bushwhacked, hit over the head, and, well, if it hadn't been for the baby's bottle, I wouldn't be here yet.
Now start from the beginning.
Well, I took the baby over to Miss Radford, and, well, she's selling her ranch. I found the oil and...
Who's she selling it to?
Some rancher named Fellman or Fallman. But right today.
Maybe you haven't lost your ranch yet, Evans. Come on.
What's the matter? We stopping to think again?
I've already thought. We're going about this in a different way. Now listen.
Looks all right to me. And I must say it's a very fair price, Mr. Fallon.
Not too much. The ranch is worth it.
Here.
Now I'll put my John Hancock where it belongs, and maybe Guthrie will sign as witness.
Sure. Looking for George Fallman.
He's in there, but he's busy now.
Oh, I just want to return a whip that he lost. Oh, I see he has another one.
Picked it up at his place on the way. And what business is it of yours?
Rich, mister. Now, who are you?
My name's Cass.
William Cass? Dick, keep this so-called oil scout covered while I do a little business inside.
Got him.
Put your hands up, gentlemen. You're George Fallman?
What of it?
I brought your bullwhips. I understand you're pretty proud of your ability to use them.
What's it to you?
Well, I'm only an amateur myself, but there's a little game I aim to play with you. Outside.
You're the range rider, aren't you? But what are you up to?
I'll explain it to you later, Miss Radford. Now, Mr. Fallman, we each take a whip. Step inside the circle. Find out which is the better man. First man to back down or step outside of the circle loses.
You sure are going to get the trouble you've been looking for.
Too bad Evans isn't here to see this. Man that's been hit across the eyes with a bull whip can't see. Doesn't know who shot him or how he got shot. Woolery. Which is a crooked oil scout. Got in cahoots with his neighbor and faked his report. All right, up the hill. Now, which one of you is going to talk first?
I didn't have any part of the killings, Range Rider.
This is going to be all right, Miss Radford.
Thank you.
Cass double-crossed his company because Fallman offered him a split if he'd help him get your property, Tim's, and Miss Radford's. And Guthrie was to come in for a third of the profit.
When I think of how close I came to selling.
What do you think of that little feller there? He sure was smart turning up that bill of sale.
Oh, he's a wonderful baby, Tim.
Now I can build him a real home, thanks to the Range Rider and Dick.
Well, I didn't know a bullwhip could be put to such good use.
I found a new use for baby bottles.
Thank you both. Tim, you'll let me take care of the baby for a while until you're well, won't you?
You couldn't be in better hands.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe, share, and tell your friends because we and you, we're all going to keep the Western history alive. Thanks. See you soon.